Do you guys know when you're young, right, and you're going to school like a good child should do? You know, in school, there is a day called show and tell. And in show and tell, what you're supposed to do, you have to bring your favorite toy or your favorite book or your favorite something, and you have to stand up in the middle of class and give a exposition or talk to them about why this toy or why this book or why whatever it is that you're bringing is cool. Well, let me tell you about the story about the time that in show and tell I brought a sword to school. And maybe you're asking yourself, what the hell, Skits? How the hell are you bringing a sword to school? Well, let me explain. There was this little girl, or this girl I had a crush on, okay? And my thought process was, hey, I'm not gonna bring a Hot Wheels to school. I'm not gonna bring my pet Psyduck to school. I'm not going to bring my Nintendo DS or my Game Boy. Everybody has that. So I need to step it up and I need to impress my crush. And wow, what better way to impress your crush than to bring a sword to school? And I was probably 2 feet tall. I was very little when I was young. But this sword was probably like 7 foot long. I probably looked like Guts from Berserk or Link. But if Link grabbed his Master Sword, that Master Sword would increase in longitude. The sword would get longer and bigger. And when my teacher and when my friends look at me climbing the ramp to go to class and they see me with a sword, they're like, oh my God, this child is insane. He's probably going to end game somebody with a sword. But they didn't say anything to me while I was going to class. They wanted to, address me in a peculiar way so that I would not get the sword and start slashing people immediately. So when it was my turn to expose and explain to the class why I brought a sword to school, my teacher looked me in the eyes. He started staring me down like he was afraid for his own life. And he asked me, Skits, why the hell did you bring a sword to school? Huh? Are you crazy? And I was like, well, I want to impress Rebecca here, and there's no way in hell I'm going to impress her if I show her a Pikachu plushie or a Psyduck plushie or a Cat in the Hat book. I need to step it up and show her a sword. And they were like, hey, but that's not a toy, Skits. That's a weapon. You can seriously hurt somebody with that. And I was like, don't you talk to me like that, okay? Because I don't like authority, and I don't like the tone of your voice right now. And he was like, get away from me now. And I grabbed the sword as hard as I can, and I was about to swing it. I was about to become a menace. Imagine an 8-year-old with a sword that keeps on growing, and he starts going delusional, swinging that sword in class like a maniac. And you know what happened next? You guys won't believe this part of the story. The little girl that I had a crush on, Rebecca, she started crying tears. And I didn't understand what the hell was happening at that point. She started crying tears. Maybe she was fearing for her life, like everybody else in the room. And I dropped my sword, and when I dropped my sword, imagine a bomb detonating, because the sound it made was even more sinister than a gunshot. I cannot emphasize it enough. So she starts crying, and I'm like, Rebecca, what is wrong? Didn't my sword impress you? Do you like me now? And she looked at me like the teacher was looking at me, defiantly, with authority. And she said, Skits, I don't like you. I fear for my life. Get away from class right now. I feel that I'm in danger. I'm in danger, Skits, please. Don't hurt me, don't hurt the teacher, don't hurt the class. And that's when I looked at everybody in the class. I looked at myself. I picked up the sword again. And I was like, what the hell am I doing? I should have brought in the Pikachu plushie. I should have brought the Psyduck plushie. What the hell was I thinking? And that's when it happened. A screw in my brain went loose, and I started swinging that sword mercilessly. And what happened next? You're gonna have to find out in the next Skits story time. And this is how I brought a sword to school in show and tell, and it ended up badly. And with that being said, if you have a show and tell event in school, don't be like Skits and bring a sword. Bring a Pikachu plushie. Peace.